What's up, YouTube? It's time for another calf truck video. It's been a while, or Godzilla video. Call it the calf truck because my brother-in-law uses it to haul cows. But yeah, this won't be anything too crazy. It's just we'll go over some of the oil samples and see how everything's turning out there compared to some other stuff I got. But yeah, fuel mileage wise, he's been pulling. We even upped it. I'll put this picture up on the in the video somewhere. But yeah, so he's been pulling heavy on Thursdays, grossing over 20,000 pounds with a double-decker trailer going. Man, he's doing like 800 miles in that day. But yeah, he's been, this was way better than what I even thought. He's been doing about 8.5, 9 miles to the gallon doing that, weighing over 20,000 pounds, running down the highway at 75, 80 mile an hour. That's pretty good. That's hard to beat, being heavy like that. But anyways, let's go over some numbers here. So this is the first oil sample from Caterpillar. This is a 10,000 miles. This is house brand 540 Napa oil and 1 can of the BGMOA. So big thing I'm looking for here is kind of like zinc and phosphorus. Those are two things you watch. Those are some of your slick stuff. So zinc is 712, 620. Still acceptable. Cat said, don't worry about it. You're doing pretty good. Let's go to this other one. This is the same. I changed companies. Titan also does stuff for cat. There's no question here. These are good numbers from both companies. So this would be the Schaefer's oil. Schaefer's did outperform. If we go to our zinc, 825 compared to 712. So we got her beat just a little. Let's go to phosphorus, 669 over 620. So the Schaefer's with no additive, the 540 Schaefer's with no additive, got her whipped. I even think I got a bottle over here. Maybe I might have used it all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more. But anyways, so it got her beat pretty good. If you want to compare that to your regular, this is another one I thought was pretty cool. You guys might want to see about. So this oil test, this had that BG diesel additive in it. This is Tractor Supply 1540 and a Cat 3126 in my service truck. Before this oil sample was taken, this truck lost oil pressure on a hill. We were getting a little wild and at a hot idle, and it was low on oil. This is my fault. It lost oil pressure for I don't know how long. It ran with no oil pressure for a couple minutes. I was worried. That's why I pulled an oil sample to see if it was time for a motor or not. She came back, built oil pressure again. I still had that much zinc in it with the diesel oil, and this is that BG diesel oil additive. And no action required. Now this is the second time I've had a BG product in a truck and lost oil pressure, and the truck lived without any problems. We had a 6-liter Chevy. Those oil pumps are notorious for quitting you. It had BG in it. It lost it. It ran without oil for a few minutes at an idle. Like when I say few, that truck probably ran for 10 minutes. We put an oil pump in it, she came back and she lived. This is when these additives, or Schaefer's, there's no doubt in my mind, Schaefer's would have had the same film strength to survive that period of time. But that's when this stuff matters, is because if I wouldn't have done that, if I would have my regular engine oil in there, like I've got another one, I'll have to see, I forgot to print it, but I've got another oil sample of another truck. This is when that film strength really comes through. So it's worth your time, and especially, I'll have to test some Schaefer's 1540, see what it comes back with. But obviously the Schaefer's out-tested in the gasoline engine oil. But yeah, same deal. My Ranger, I can't guarantee this, but these are just what I've seen. When I changed from the regular Ford oil to the Schaefer's 540 in it, I went from an average of about 18.5 to now I'm doing closer to 21. Now this is not changing my driving habits. I take this for what it is, okay? It seriously is averaging almost 21 miles a gallon. So I picked up, man, about 1.5 miles to the gallon almost. But yeah, so in a couple, this isn't a plug. I don't get paid by Schaefer's. But these are products that I've found to be very good. Green Schaefer's grease, the 212. I've got some video. I don't know if I got a video up of it, but one of my customers got a big mill for milling up trees. It kept tearing out bearings. I got a phone call. Anyways, at Schaefer's grease, we actually switched to grease and bearings on this machine instead of oil bath. Because of the nature of the machine, we had a hard time keeping seals in it. We lost a few bearings because of lack of oil. Well, and just that oil seemed to get hotter than the grease. I'm not even kidding. We'd check it with temp guns. But anyways, it seems to be a good product. That's a hard, I can't think of a situation where your grease is going to work harder than a hammer wheel bearing. You know, that's under, that bearing is connected right to 750 V12 Caterpillar horsepower, and it's hammering at full throttle all day long. So they've stayed in for longer than we've had luck with oil bearings. So something to think about. But anyways, that's just a quick update. There's nothing crazy going on that truck. No recalls. No, not 10 minutes. That truck has been broke down for nothing. Knock on wood. Never know what tomorrow brings. But yeah, this is just to keep everybody updated on how that 7.3. I got paperwork here. It's just on an engine we're putting together. Doesn't matter. Just a little old cat. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching the 7.3 series. Go over just fuel mileage, like I said. We're doing 11 on the light trailer pretty much. And yeah, 8.5, 9, pulling over 20,000 pounds down the highway. So, but he's not being nice to it. He's driving it. So, yeah. Thanks. See ya.